We are less than 48 hours away from the big gameplay reveals for Fallout 76. Get this, has been confirmed by several well-known YouTubers that we will be seeing gameplay of Fallout 76 at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time starting Monday on October 8th. Mark that down on your calendars because now we have an exact time. 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time again, October 8th. And you better believe it, I'm going to have tons of Fallout 76 videos going out on Monday. Tons of breakdowns, everything for you guys, so stay tuned. I know I've said it over and over again. It gets a little bit redundant, but bear with me. You got to subscribe. Press that bell notification icon because you will receive some really badass Fallout 76 videos when the time comes. I won't let you guys down, so look forward to it. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff will be coming up here, so I'm hyped about that. And then in this video, we're going to be talking a little bit more about nukes as well as some quest information and much more. And we're going to be talking a little bit about maps as well. And don't forget, we're going over your top comments. So be sure to leave a comment down below. It could end up in a future video. But welcome back, my fellow Vault Dwellers and Wasteland Wonders, to Open World Games. Let's do this. Alright, so the first bit of news that I have for you guys today is about nukes and what we will be expecting from this gameplay event. So, George says this: multiple people at the 76 event reported nukes being launched in the game. If the nuke launch is pretty much in-game, like it's been said, it seems fairly short of a story. And then Johnny chimed in saying, not necessarily. With the amount of people playing in one room, all on the same server, a few are bound to find at least one launch code. Those few group up, and boom, nuke in 3 hours. Now, Pete Hines of Bethesda also chimed in, but this time with the official response of what in the world is going on here. So Pete Hines says this: that was done by our high-level devs playing with them in each of their games. So they had like a dev per squad or something like that, and that dev was able to launch a nuke because they were such a high level, which means they've been playing probably for a very, very long time with that character, or at least that character was supposed to mirror that experience, and they were the only ones really able to launch a nuke. So that explains what's going on. And that also means, guys, we're going to be seeing some nuclear gameplay, nuclear bombs going off here on Monday, October 8th. So that is going to be really cool to see from Fallout 76. So totally hyped to find out about that. I mean, they got to record a lot of stuff at this event. We're going to be seeing, I guess, the full experience in many ways. I'm sure that there's going to be some secrets to be had when we get into, the beta and the full launch of this game. I'm sure they don't want to spoil everything, but yeah, they're going to be revealing a ton of really, really cool stuff. Alright, so let's move on. So Adrian says this: what happens when you die while doing a quest? Do you still have to save by sleeping like Fallout 4? Or what happens with the quest? Great question there. And Pete Hines responds saying, you'd have to pick it up wherever you respawn. You don't save. Game progress is continuously updated and saved by us. So it seems like if you go on a quest or a main story and you get a couple kills and you die, I guess you would just respawn and continue on and, keep pushing through that main quest. But of course, if you're dying too much, it's likely you're in an area where you do have to consider leveling up before you continue onward, because that is going to be the case in many situations because of how the leveling is arranged on the map, and zoned off for certain areas of that map. All right. Let's talk about that map as well. Some new interesting details here that you may not know about the map. This comes from Ryan Patterson, who asks, hello, on Fallout 76, can you see people on the map if they're not in your group? And Pete Hines did confirm yes. So it seems like you'll be able to see all 24 players on the map roaming around, and you'll be able to go up to them and meet them. Let me know what you guys think of this. Now, I'm kind of conflicted about this. It kind of, I guess you would say, ruins the experience of exploration on your own and really trying to find other players in that sense. But at the same time, it's also kind of nice knowing that you could just find someone, approach them, and maybe team up with them But I imagine that PvPing would be a lot easier for certain players, so there's that to consider as well. But, you know, would you like to see some sort of mechanic or perk card where you can actually hide yourself from the map for a certain amount of time? Is that something you guys would like to see? Let me know in the comments below. But yeah, it definitely kind of gets rid of that sense of mystery when finding new players and stuff like that. But I do get why they would do it in an online game. I think to GTA Online, perhaps you want to find other players. You know, the majority of time I think of when you want to find a random player is usually to maybe PvP with them when you are in the open world. But yeah, again, post a comment down below. How do you think that should be handled? Do you think they should be revealing these players outright on the map? Or do you think you should be hidden on the map? Or at least have the option in some way to hide yourself? Go for it. Let me know your thoughts. May end up in the video. Know your comments there on how you think that should be handled. Alright, let's talk a little bit more about bounties and murder. So, Anthony says this: if you're going to get the bounty on a wanted murderer, will the murderer need to enter combat with you for you to get that bounty? And will you be a wanted murderer if you kill them without them engaging in combat with you? And Pete Hines simply says no. So, seems like there might have been some confusion about that with some players. I do get that there could be some confusion with that, but there is your answer on that one. That makes more sense to me, of course. Now, let's talk about inventory, your stash, and storage in Fallout 76. Honestly, I really don't want to be managing my inventory too much. Of course, it's always part of an RPG experience, but my personal preference is not being in a menu too often. So it's always important that the inventory storage stuff is, you know, kept really nice and tidy. All right, so Twitch TV's Larf, I guess, says this. So will everyone's stash be the exact same place? Hope not, because that could be camped with, say, turrets or something, and won't be able to get my stuff. Very good point there. And Pete Hines says this: you can have one in your camp wherever you place it, and a number of them are spread around the world in various places. So that just means you can actually have, you know, locations for different stashes, of course, so you can prepare for missions and stuff like that. And it also would reduce the need to fast travel, which is really important. Now, my question is this: and I don't know if Pete Hines has answered this before, but can you have your stash kind of connected to one another? Like store, you know, in the northern section of the map, and then access that same stuff in the, you know, in your camp that's located maybe to the south. So that's what I'm curious about. Or are these stashes containing different materials? That's going to be interesting to find out. Now, Armitage says, is there a set limit to how much stuff we can have in our storage, or is that not factored into the player's stash? Now, Pete Hines confirms, store away, not aware of any limit. That is such good news. That's what I love to hear. I don't want to have to worry about a limit in my storage or stash. That is just a pain in the butt. So good news there. You can just store whatever you want to your heart's content. Store that power armor, store everything, store whatever you have. All right. If you can store power armor, I imagine there probably might be a different way of storing that. Who knows? All right, let's go over the top comments. Remember, leave that top comment down below. And also, I should note, check out our Discord for Fallout 76. One of the best Fallout 76 communities. I'm having a total blast with the community. I see you all out there. I promise I'll get out there more. I'm just super busy making videos. But again, a very special thank you to all of you for joining, and also to the mod team for doing just an amazing job moderating the Discord and helping out with other things behind the scenes. All right, let's go over the first top comment, shall we? So, the first comment comes from Channel 5 Gaming, who says, in terms of level scaling for nuked areas, I think it's best to have everything scaled to max level equally. Let's say the nuked forest area only spawns level 80 mods, but the cranberry bog spawns level 100 mobs. In-game, the forest will get neglected due to cranberry bogs simply being more rewarding. Therefore, I think it's best to have all zones equal at the in-game for max diversity and replayability. Love the videos. Keep up the great content. End quote. So yeah, I totally get what you are saying. I guess you would want all those levels to be similar at the end game, but perhaps you would want to offer different types of gear, and that's where the uniqueness would come into play with where you are actually playing on the map. You know, encourage you to really explore that entire map. Now, recently I've been playing a little game called Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Absolutely love this game, currently addicted to it, and I've been streaming the heck out of that one. And they have a really interesting system in that game. So, let's say I was level 15, I was on the main quest line, which was also level 15, and I ended up leveling up to level 16. So I was super paranoid that the main quest line was going to get super easy, but guess what? That wasn't the case because it scaled with me. It went straight up to level 16. So I'm hoping that they have things in Fallout 76 where they recognize how important it is to kind of keep leveling you up in certain regards and scale that leveling with you as you go. Because you're right, it would be pretty boring facing off against super easy enemies. And again, you know, Bethesda, they're very aware that they will be taking feedback and adjusting the game as time goes. Alright, let's go on to the next top comment. Great comments again. Awesome discussion. Alright, we've got Killer Marius 1 who says, how to kill lure Mothman. Place a lot of lamps in your settlement base. That's a great one. I'm going to remember that one. That is freaking hilarious. So he's basically talking about luring Mothman, you know, with light. Moths are attracted to light. So it makes a lot of sense. Actually, I had a moth in my house recently that was just buzzing near the light out there as well. So that's pretty funny. All right, so the next comment comes from Darkapede, who says, we need to kill Preston Garvey's ancestors in Fallout 76 before the events of Fallout 4. And he says, edit fixed grammar, and thanks for 76 likes. Yeah, you still have the 76 likes. Let's make sure that that is maintained. We'll keep track of this comment and see what happens with it. But guys, if it gets up to 77, downvote it. Okay, it's got to be at 76. Keep it that way. All right, next comment comes from Mr. 65, a bunch of numbers here. He says, so if I'm inside, let's say the Mothman Museum, when someone drops a nuke on me, will the nuke destroy the building, making it inaccessible and kill me, or will protect me until I leave? Will I know that a nuke went off outside, even if I have to exit a load screen to go outside? Or will I leave and be surprised by what's left of the area? Very, very good question. I don't think they've really covered that too much, but they have stated that certain areas in the world will definitely remain intact simply because for story reasons. That's something we do know. Now, will you be like immune to the nuke if you're like deep inside of a vault or a cave? That's going to be the question. I think you should be if you're in like a vault or something like that, or deep enough in the earth. You should definitely be immune. But the question is, you know, about those buildings. So I guess we'll have to find out and wait and see. That would be a nightmare to program now that I think about it. So I'm so curious to see how they actually handled this. So a very, very good point. We'll be finding out all this information, I think, very shortly. Hopefully on October 8th. I don't know if that much of a detail will, you know, be covered by all these media and press outlets. But yeah, stay tuned. I will definitely follow up on that question, but I'm going to keep that one in mind. But guys, there it is. The latest happenings around Fallout 76. We are nearing the big gameplay reveal. Officially, we are under 48 hours until we get a ton of Fallout 76 gameplay. Again, smack that subscribe button, turn on the bell notification icon. I'm going to have a ton of new stuff for you on October 8th around 10 a.m. Eastern Time. So it seems that is the time that everything will be dropping. But guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for more, and I will see you soon enough in the Wasteland. Take care, guys. See you guys later.